Hi, welcome to another episode of Silver Fox Scotland. Some stories, they just leap off the page. You're like, are you kidding me? This is one of them. The former First Minister, failed former First Minister, Humza the Stupid, admits that the SNP was not united behind him. Well, go figure. We all knew that. Everybody loathed him. Half of them were the Sturgeonites who tolerated him. The other half weren't, who loathed him. You had the Kate Forbes faction. You had people who weren't mad. The lot. He says now, he had a slew of racism. It's strange because he never actually mentioned that, did he? He's the least racist person I think I've ever met. Well, if you take away the fact he hates white people, obviously. He said, there was Islamophobia. And you know what? He's never once given an example of this. He just says it now. I think he's trying to make us feel sorry for him. Fails. But he gave an interview to a Pakistani fashion magazine. And in it, he said he was deliberately targeted by the right-wing media. But there are no right-wing media. The nearest you've got to right-wing media in this country is the Daily Mail. I mean, there is the Daily Express, but the only reason the Daily Express exists is so you don't feel bad about reading the Daily Mail, you know? Nobody targeted him about his race or his religion. Name one event when anyone brought up his race or religion. He brings it up all the time. For him, race and religion is important. For everyone else, they just think he's a prick. They don't care that he's a Muslim prick or a brown prick. He's just a prick. We don't care. They're all pricks, aren't they? Politicians, every one of them. But anyway, he said the criticism verged on abuse. Did you report this? Did you go to the police? No, he didn't. Some bullshit, right? Anyway, this is by and by. Where I want to go with this is, for this magazine, he did a fashion shoot. You can imagine him, can't you? Sashaying down. Give it a bit of love in the camera. A bit of love to the camera. Now look away. You know what? Right. And all this. Let's get him into the blue dress. Honestly, right? So he's done this. And he's not very photogenic, is he? The thing is, you couldn't say he was a bad-looking bloke. He's not a bad-looking bloke or anything. But he's got this habit of making stupid faces to the camera. We use them all the time, He's just not photogenic. But it's what he was saying to this paper. The words come out of his mouth. I don't think they go through a filter. He says he could have been a prosecutor at The Hague. I've never heard so much BS in my life. He's not a lawyer. He worked in a call centre. The nearest he'd have got to The Hague would be working on the switchboard at The Hague. Only they probably wouldn't have let him in because they'd have done a background check and seen him as a security risk. The man is delusional. He's absolutely off his trolley. I don't get where he comes from. I can't see the workings of his mind. I think something inside his head is broken. But he's saying that he had. He said I've had to fight for everything I've got. I've had to do this. You were handed every job you were given in politics, and you screwed up every job you were given in politics. Fight, my God, you haven't to fight for anything. The man's an arse, isn't he? He lives in a world of delusion. Honestly, dearie me. I don't see how he can actually sit there and say these things. He's lying. He's trying to make people feel sorry for him. Poor little me, the little victim. And that's the thing, isn't it? They always try to play the victim, even when they're not. Now, he's a loser, of course. He's an absolute loser. But don't try and play the victim. Anyway, leave that one there. Honestly, he gets me off his head, as they say. Anyway, thanks very much. Take care. Speak later.